Where is it? It's a traveling virtual bar that shows up just about anywhere, which is pretty amazing. It started with me and my blender and a bag of cacao powder and a couple of coconuts going to my friend's house because I was sick of actually, having to kind of, I don't know, tell people what I was drinking and why I was drinking and the whole 9 yards. So I just started being like, rather than being like, this is all my food over here and it's weird, it was like, here, try this. And everyone was like, this is actually kind of good, which was really amazing. So then people just kept asking me, bring that stuff you make. Bring more of it. And then like people were like, can you just come and do my engagement party? Can you come and do a fundraiser art gallery for us? Can you come do this special event? And all of a sudden, I had this like bar, that like it wasn't like really a physical place, but it was something I could take and actually share and educate people on superfoods as well as smoothies, as well as living foods and raw foods at the same time, but not actually kind of shoving the whole green thing down their throat, the enzyme thing, all that stuff that it's like, sometimes that goes what? Right over people's heads, right? They're kind of like, whoa, she's on her whole thing, So, when I brought raw chocolate, has anyone ever bought this, 2.5 pounds? Raw chocolate, is this in everyone's cabinet? No. Yeah. I have like 60 pounds of this at the bar. Wow. The bar is actually here. That's why I'm here. Because the bar actually came here. I've got like 8 Starr girls, all these pink t-shirts, amazing, custom made for us, 2 size. First time, and we're actually way out in the boonies. It's like literally we're in the next town. I mean, the festival's like main stage. There's a million like there's a million booths and all that stuff. And I'm like, why aren't we over there? Well, we've got like 10 blenders, and they're like, you have to be way over there. So the thing is, since you guys are all here, I need your help to get people over there because how many people do some type of smoothie every day? Okay, so pretty much the audience is doing smoothies. So you guys are on the program. So it's like what I'm going to talk about today is actually some things, some of it you've probably heard, some of it you haven't, some of it's new stuff, some of it's maybe not. I have a couple tricks of the trade that actually make it taste amazing because I'm actually working with a lot of people who have never tasted this before. So if you want your husband and your friends and your family and all that type of stuff to actually like this stuff, that's how I'm going to make this smoothie. Okay? I'm not going to make, and I'm going to talk about some of the other things. It's called beefing up your smoothie. Where you like start with like the basic one and then you're like, I think I might try this. Now I might try that. Now I might do this. And then all of a sudden it becomes like a smoothie with what? 21 things? Yeah. How many is in your smoothie? Anyone? How many things? 14 things? Wow. Anyone else? Anyone top 14 things in their smoothie in the morning? No one? We have a winner? You're going to get the whole picture. There's no samples. Just kidding. Okay. All right, so the Starr Barr is actually, so you guys know, where is it? Over there. Over there, like kind of where like all the hotel rooms kind of come around here, up on the hill. We're next to the lady from Happy Days. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God, I've got a celebrity next to me. I'm like, wow, and she's in a raw foodist and has her own TV show. This is great. Okay, what are we doing here? We're going to do a cacao one, obviously, because everyone likes chocolate. Best place to start. So I'm going to be talking as if you're talking to other people, as if how you actually introduce this, and then picking up some tricks of yourself on incorporating superfood smoothies. The other thing I want to say about superfood smoothies as I start this is that we did this huge event with like 200, 300 people with David Wilson. All we did was serve superfood smoothies. Doesn't that sound like a fun party? Yeah. We actually called them elixirs. And the thing is, we wrote this whole list out on actually how to enjoy an elixir. So before I get started, I think the whole thing is sometimes when we start these things, because they taste so good, it's like downpour, in like 2 minutes. And I think the whole thing is to actually enjoy and sip on your smoothie and create this as a ritual in your life. I was like, literally 4 years ago, Venti coffee 3 times a day, pack of cigarettes, Benson Hedges, what else? 3 antidepressants, job I hated. So I mean, and it was like Starbucks was the only thing that got me through this. It was like venti latte up the IV, literally. And so this cacao thing became actually my ritual. I took one replacement to another and actually just started to incorporate it, just started to add it in so I could actually wean myself off of that stuff. And I didn't do that until like 2.5 years into raw foods. Because like all this stuff wasn't out yet. It was like greens, right? And then all of a sudden all the superfoods came out, and then literally that's where I was able to really cut a lot. I was like 100% living foodist and still smoking a pack a day. You know, because I just didn't have my vice. Like the salad wasn't cutting it. People, I drove to the Rothman restaurant in Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Can anyone tell by my accent?
Yes.
Chicago. You're in Chicago. Oh, I don't think we need that, right?
That's when you turn your head.
Oh, okay. How am I going to talk to this? I
Well,
move around a lot.
Turn it on with the switch.
I want like a headset, like Rick or something. Not like elastic.
You can leave it on the stand and you just use it that way. It might be easier for you. It's got a switch on it.
Okay, so you guys need to hear me over there, right? Yay! Okay. It's gonna be difficult for me to make a smoothie, so I will try as much as possible to get in the microphone and make a smoothie. Now so you guys are actually challenging me. 2 hands is what you need to make a smoothie. Okay, what I do is I actually start off with not a lot of liquid. Here's the thing. Does anyone know that I didn't even introduce myself. I just got on stage actually. Give me a microphone, I just start talking, or give me people in front. My name's Starr, actually, is my nickname. That's how the Starr Barr came around, and it's actually because I'm a dancer. I was like one of those like pom-pom people, and so one day someone saw me dance, and they're like, oh my God, you should be on like Dancing with the Stars, or like, you know, whatever. So that's how my nickname came about, and when I started doing these fundraiser parties and things like that, they're like, you just can't be the Smart Bar, that's not a really fun name. So all of a sudden, they're like, you need to come up with a name, you need to come up with a name, and I had 5 minutes before they were going to press with an advertising piece. And I'm like, okay, just call it the Amazing Starr Barr, you know? And that's how it came out, okay? So like these things just kind of happen. It's like all an evolution. Can you guys hear me over there? No? Okay. So anyway, but they call me Starr, but my name's really Lisa Persico. I'm from Chicago, and now I'm gonna make a smoothie. So anyway, I actually teach classes about this in Chicago. People actually take my class to learn how to make superfood smoothies. And all my recipes are developed based on ones I've gotten. I now have about 10, 12 on the list, which is amazing. I used to just teach them in conjunction with the health transformation workshop, but then people were like, we don't want the health transformation, just come over and show us how to make smoothies. Literally, I'm like the Tupperware lady, and I go over with like all my stuff and like make the smoothies with like 10 of people's best friends. They're like, come over, you gotta see this stuff. It's amazing. Okay, so what I find is people actually, they take all of the superfoods or whatever, and they throw it in, and it's called the what? Anyone know what it's called? It's a garbage smoothie, right? And I just like throw it all in without like any type of rhyme or reason. And I do think there is a rhyme or reason to actually get more of a texture and a flavor, and so that's kind of going to walk you through this today. Because when you just start throwing it in, you never really get the texture, you never really get the creaminess, you can, I mean, it's a crapshoot, but there is more like going on when you're making a smoothie. Because it's kind of, once you get into this, it's more kind of like an alchemical thing. Anyone ever feel that like a mad scientist in your house? Who feels like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad someone's with me. And those that didn't raise your hand, I know you're thinking it. Okay, so the best bet is to create a concentrate of all the stuff that you're making. A little bit of liquid. What liquid can you use? Water we're using here because actually I've had tons of coconut water, and that stuff's hard to store, let me tell you. So we're actually going to do a coconut trick in a couple minutes, but we're going to start with water. What else can you use? Herbal tea. I know it's over 118 degrees. Is anyone freaked out about that? Herbs actually need to be like heated and extracted to a certain point. And if you do your tea, if you boil it or whatever, and it's like warm to touch or whatever, it's fine to fold your superfoods into. A lot of people, so in the winter time, replaces the best latte, hot frappuccino, the whole 9 yards. You can create any drink knowing that you can use tea. What's my best recommendation? Anyone ever heard of dragon herbs?